anger and opposition to the government's inaction on abortion. The tragedy of Savita's death has brought home is the reality of what the backward nature of Irish legislation means for women and the threat that it actually poses to women's life and to women's health. And so now there really is enormous anger in Ireland. There was 20,000 people protesting in Dublin, which was a huge demonstration for Dublin. The government, I think, would like to avoid legislating or avoid primary legislation and try to avoid a vote in the Parliament in Ireland because they think it will be divisive, and then to do it some other way that will not be sufficient in our opinion. And so the main thing we're doing is to try and emphasise that the movement needs to keep going, needs to keep massive pressure on the government, because it's 20 years now since there was this X case in Ireland which said basically that where a woman's life is in danger or there's a substantial threat of her life, therefore that abortion is legal. But for 20 years the government, many different governments have refused to legislate for that, and they've just left the situation where women's health and life can be in danger. So now there's a massive movement to demand immediate legislation for the X case, which is extremely limited. That's a minimal demand. That's only where life is in danger. But also most people involved in the movement are in favour of that as a first step towards winning abortion rights in Ireland as part of a free public health service where women need abortion, that they're able to access it. And I think the international protests, so there's protests actually in many different embassies all around the world today as well as this, and so it's part of really putting a lot of pressure on the government, and I think it can have a big effect. So thank you all very much for coming. I think it does make a big difference. It gives people confidence at home who are participating in the movement to continue to fight, that they know there's so much support around Europe.
Thank you, Paul.
Thank you. Thank you.